Hey everyone, Daniel here from Smart Home Perfected. What smart home is complete without an expensive set of LED light panels? Today, we're testing out the Nanoleaf hexagonal shapes. At around $200 for a set of 9 panels, these are expensive, but at the same time, this extravagance is worth it. As you can see behind me, we went with the hexagonal shapes. They also come in triangles and mini triangles, so you can mix and match to create the pattern that you want. Worth noting, these are big panels, so it makes a big impact on your wall. They're also ridiculously bright, so they've been reduced to about 30-40% here, and we've had to play around a little bit with the lighting, but these are nicely bright, and if you're using them for daytime reading or a kind of a cool light or a warm light, you'll get big benefit out of them. With the app, you get 3 types of scenes. There's the basic, where you just set a single solid color across all of the panels. There's the paint mode, where you can set different colors per panel, and there's dynamic mode, and there's a few variations on that. The first one is a color mode within dynamic, and that way you can have the various colors bursting through the panels, or flowing, or some sort of fade, or a color wheel. The second is you can have a rhythm set, so it can respond to music that's playing and jump about a bit. And then the third one is an interactive set, where it responds to touch. Today we're going to go through what you get out of the box with these hexagonal shapes, and we're going to set them up, install them on the wall, set up the app, have a play around with the various scenes that come out of the box, set up some new scenes, and then finally look at some pros and cons with them. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to our channel for more smart home content, or leave a comment below. Let's begin. So there's a lot packed into this starter kit, and this comes with 9 panels, but as you can see, there's a variety of different starter kits, all the way up to 21 panels. With the Connect Plus feature, you can add on different shapes, so mini triangles and triangles, to create the design you want. LED panels with 16 million plus colors and a variety of Kelvin ratings. There's touch experiences for kind of touch gestures. It works really nicely with Apple HomeKit. A music visualizer, so there's a rhythm module built into it, so that you can have the panels flash through based off the audio heard. And then a very simple setup. It comes with everything that you need, no kind of screws required or anything like that. So a quick look at the unboxing. There's an iOS and Android app. It works very well with HomeKit, along with Samsung SmartThings, along with various voice assistants, Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri. Comes with installation instructions, not a huge amount of instructions on the features themselves. You can have a quick look at the panel here. These are the connectors, so again, depending on what design you want, you can use those connectors to build it out. There's a power supply unit with either a UK or EU plug in this case, obviously a US plug if purchased in the States. And finally, there was the remote controller with a variety of controls. That's a look at the stickies. They are ridiculously sticky, so it's best to actually map out what you want to do before sticking those onto the wall, because they're hard to get off again. So we're setting this up on Android. As you can see, it's a case of download and install the app, set up an account. So in this case, I had a set, and it's create an account, and off you go. So once you're in, you can create a room. So I set up a room here for the office, and then after that I can add the device and then assign it to that room. So in this case, I have the shapes. So I follow through on the setup guide, as you see here. So it talks through just making sure the wall is clean. Choose your layout and map it out, as I mentioned. Don't make mistakes, because it is hard to get off the wall again. But there's a couple of tips and tricks I can show you. The layout assistant is decent. As you can see, you can map out what it looks like and kind of go through a variety of random patterns. I didn't find the augmented reality view that I didn't find it worked that well, probably because I was a bit too close to the wall. It's a small room. It might work better in a larger space, so I kind of gave up on this pretty quickly. So a quick look at the panel kind of setup. So that's a single panel. First of all, it's a case of attaching the power supply unit. And the PSU can be attached to any panel because it's a standard kind of connector interface. This is the remote control, again, standard connector interface for that. And that has a variety of controls. So that's a quick look with the PSU and remote attached to a single panel. Then it's a case of getting a connector, choosing the bridge that you want, which direction you want it to go in, and then it's a case of pushing it through. So yeah, quite easy to do. When installing it on the wall, it is a bit trickier. You just want to make sure that the first one is level, and then everything else will be level off the back of that. So a quick look at the remote control. Takes a while to power on initially with the Wi-Fi connection, so maybe 20-30 seconds, and then you have a variety of controls. You can power on and off the device, you can brighten it or dim it, cycle through to the next color scene. You can shuffle through the preloaded scenes or whatever scenes you have in the app, or you can jump straight to the next rhythm scene as well. The kit comes with a number of tracing hexagons. It didn't come with 9 of them, it came with a handful. So what we did was to map it out on the wall, and we used that as a guide. We cut down 9 different hexagons using A4 paper, and then used some blue tack to stick them onto the wall in the pattern that we wanted. And once we had that, then we knew what design we were targeting. So with everything installed on the wall, here's a quick demo of it working. Quick run through of the features on the app. So we can jump into the device. As I showed you, there's various rooms that you can create if you have a number of these devices. A quick look at the Discover section. So a lot of scene designs have been contributed from different members around the world. So you can preload other people's scenes. You can work through the Explore piece, which is quite nice because this is where the integrations are, additional features, Circadian lighting, layered scenes, screen mirroring if you want to tie this into your TV. So all of that is under the Explore piece. You can create schedules, which is again quite nice, and work through various days and times and how you want particularly I suppose the brightness of the panels to vary. A quick look then at the preloaded scenes that come with the Nanoleaf shapes. You have your solid patterns, you have your motion patterns, which you see there, and then your rhythm patterns. There are interactive patterns, which is this touch gestures, which ties nicely into Apple HomeKit, and that's possible to download. On the paint side, you can see that you can create your own scenes and paint them different colors that you want. So I've created a paint scene for Smart Home Perfected here. Then you can tie all that into a playlist. And finally, then in the device app settings, you can assign the various gestures and the actions aligned with that, different brightness levels, how to transition between scenes and then backup and restoring as well. So finally, here's a quick run through of all of the preloaded scenes that come with the hexagon shapes. So finally, some pros and cons. On the plus side, these shapes are very cool. It's very futuristic. It would be great for a games room, a cinema room, a hallway, an office, as I have here. They are just really cool devices. Second thing is, like, Nanoleaf are the best in the business at the moment with this, because they just are specializing in it, and you can see that through the additional features and integrations that are continually being released and can be added into the various apps. So it's continually evolving. So yeah, really top class. It was an easy installation. Again, there is no drilling or screws. It is a case of just, you know, making sure you have the design in mind and going for that. Finally, the rhythm features, the touch and the screen mirroring features are just next level, and really nice to work. On the con side, number one is it is a bit expensive, and there's no getting away from that, particularly if you want multiple devices in different rooms, or if you want a really big kind of design. This will get expensive fast, so that is definitely just something to consider. From playing around with it, I figured out that you do need to be on the same Wi-Fi network to actually work the app and work the devices. It was constantly shown as unreachable, and that's because I kept toggling off Wi-Fi. So just keep that in mind. And finally, don't make any mistakes when installing them. That adhesive is very tricky to get back off again. And as I mentioned, use some different paper shapes. Blue tack them to the wall, figure out the pattern before going in, and make sure that you have the power supply unit and the connectors in place on the various panels as you build it out. That's it. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up below, subscribe to our channel for more smart home content, or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.